Today I want to talk to you about 3 successful target components when it comes to lead generation and sales. Think about salespeople. It doesn't matter how great of a salesperson you are if you're selling steaks to vegetarians. Targeting is important, targeting matters, and targeting is half the battle. So I want to talk to you a little bit today about target companies, target decision makers, and your value proposition. So first of all, when we talk about target audience, if everyone is a target, no one is. If you're not sure who your target audience is, you ought to write down your top past or present clients on a spreadsheet. Figure out similarities. So, what do they have in common? What revenue? What vertical? What geography was in common? So for example, at Connect 5000, our target audience is software, technology, and consulting firms with high average sales. If you're in there, you're our target audience. You can't be all things to all people. For example, another example I want to bring up to you is lawyers. There are all types of lawyers out there. And if you said, I'm a generalist, people may or may not hire you. Now, if you take it one step further and say, I'm a divorce lawyer, that narrows down your scope quite a bit. And if you want to go even more niche-y, you can say, hey, I'm a divorce lawyer for people over 50. So when it comes to target audience, have a clear understanding of who you are, of who your successful clients are, and go after more of them. We also want to talk today about target decision makers and executives. By the way, if you don't know who it is, if you're starting out and don't know who it is, reach out to the CEO and talk to his executive assistant and ask them a simple question that goes along the lines of, hey, who reports to your CEO that's responsible for blank? Or who reports to your CEO that heads up such and such? The EA is going to tell you, in some way, she's going to tell you, I don't know, go away, or you need to talk to so-and-so. If you're unsure of who your target decision maker is, think back of your past sales and ask yourself, who did you start the relationship in the past that led to the sale? What common titles? Was it the VP of Finance? Was it the head of sales? Was it director of IT? Start thinking about that and go after more like-minded. So in my world, my target decision makers are CEOs, presidents, VPs of sales, VPs of marketing. They might have the title Chief Marketing Officer. They might have the title of Chief Revenue Officer, but those are the folks that I typically go after. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about is your value proposition. Some people refer to it as your 30-second elevator pitch, but sometimes you may not have 30 seconds to get to the point. One question to ask yourself when you're trying to articulate your value proposition is, what pain, problem, or challenges does your product or service solve? Are you selling vitamins? Or are you selling aspirin? When I say, are you selling vitamins, are you selling something that makes your life even more comfortable? Or are you selling aspirin? Are you selling things that solve headaches? As you look at your website, does your content reflect around pain, problems, and challenges that you solve? Features and benefits are important, but the question is this, what are you really selling? What's the end result? For Connect 5000, our end result is shortened sales cycles and multiplied revenue. And keep it really simple. You don't have to make it very, very elaborate. One example I want to share with you is Lexus. Lexus, the car brand. Yes, Lexus sells cars. Yes, they sell 4 wheels and a motor, but what do they really sell? The answer is they're selling luxury. What about ADT, the security systems? Yes, they're selling you an alarm system, but what are they really selling you? They're selling you peace of mind. So think in those terms as you articulate your value proposition. Another thing to think about is, as you update your company or your LinkedIn profile, does it reflect your problem solving? So again, to review, there's 3 important things when it comes to targeting. Who's your target company, target audience? Who within the company is your target decision maker? And then finally, value proposition. And ask yourself again, what pain, problem, or challenges does your product or service solve?